What's going on, guys? This is Nathan the Scrap Academy coming you to our next deck profile here on the channel. Today we got Ethan G here with his Dark World deck, brand new out of the pack. Let's go ahead and take a look at it.
Yep, can do. Awesome. So basically you're gonna start off with I Played 2 Grapha. This card is actually really incredible for the deck. Everybody who's played Dark World before knows how powerful it is. Anytime that it is discarded off an effect, you can pop a card. And then the summon where you bounce a Dark World card to your hand to special is an inherent summon. So they cannot negate it, they can't recallus it or anything, it is just an inherent summon. The next one, on the brand new pack, you play 2 of Rainbow. This is where if it's discarded, you can special or add a level 5 or higher, which actually comes in for the hand loop really well. So you want to try to get, you don't want to see him as often, but you do want to make sure you can get into it. There's cards that can search it like Snow, which I'll get into a little bit. And then it also has the effect where you can bounce a card back and special summon that is level, I believe it's 8 or lower, no 7 or lower, so you can't bounce back to Grapha with this card. If it is discarded off an opponent's card effect, you can actually special summon a level 4 or lower dark monster from your deck or graveyard to either field. Okay. So it kind of helps lift a little bit with the loop. For 3 ofs, we play 3 copy of Brow. I may actually cut this down to 2, only because it's not the best Dark World anymore, which it used to be. But anytime you discard it off a card effect, you draw a card, or if it's discarded off an opponent's card effect, you draw 2 instead. So you get a little bit more plus. Snow, 3 copies, best searcher in the deck. Basically, its wording is confusing, but all it does is it lets you search any Dark World card from your deck. Okay. So the newest one, Genta, this is like the best one I think it is, because one, you can discard to add the field spell, and it's not once per turn for the discard, so you can discard, add field spell, and then if it's banished, you can special summon it back to the field.
So it makes it's just a terraforming for the deck. Okay.
Terraforming for the deck, but it also leads into your rank 4 plays, which is actually kind of like good because you can draw 2 or play whatever if you need to.
Yeah, because you can banish this with the field spell and then be able to get it back. Okay,
exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So the next one is 2 Silva. You play 2 just because of tier element, and then just because they can shuffle things back. What it does is, if it's discarded off opponent's card effect, you can special summon it, and they have to place 2 at the bottom. So this is the part of the hand loop. The second part of the hand loop is 2 Sorelli. So what you want to do is that when you discard this, you can special summon to your opponent's field in defense, and if it was special summoned by the effect of a Dark World card, your opponent discards 1 card. So because it's going to go to your opponent's side of the field, you have to discard the card, you discard the Sorelli, you special summon, or Silva, you special summon the Silva, and then that gets you your hand loop.
Okay.
And then the last one is 1 copy of Parl. This is a new one as well. This just lets you special summon. Really doesn't do much else other than that. If it's discarded off opponent's effect, you can summon 1 from your field or from hand or grave that's banished or in your hand or grave, so you can special summon a fiend, but it hasn't really come up. I only use it for the summon effects. Okay. Going into the danger package, 3 copies of Nessie, best one. You just search whatever one you want, obviously, and then 3 special summon and draw. 2 Bigfoot, and then 2 Thunderbird, just for spell trap negate. I honestly may bring this up to 3, just because I ran into a lot of situations where I wish I just drew Bigfoot in hand. 2 Mothman. This is the worst danger monster because of tier. You do not want them to be able to just discard a card. So, but I play 2 because I really want to go into a rank 4, and that's what I was trying to do today, and on Abyss Dweller and a couple of other XCs. Okay. 1 Chupacabra. This one gets a little bit better. Only it lets you special summon a danger from the grave. And then 1 Sook. I really wanted this to be Jackalope. I really missed Jackalope today. I just didn't find one, so, but this just lets you special. It's a free danger to discard, and that's really it. The new one, Salamander Catalyzer. So you get this from Darkwing Blast, but you reveal a Fiend monster, you summon the one, and you discard the other. So you just discard it, it gives you a starter, it gives you a level 4, gets you whatever plays you need. It's really nice. Going into the spells, you do not play any traps in this deck. Play 3 Gates of Dark World. Field spell, just all fiends gain 300 attack and defense. You can banish 1 fiend from your grave, discard, and then draw. So you search it with Genta, banish with Genta, discard another Dark World, draw, and then you get chain 1, chain 2 to block it, and a free special. The fusion, Dark World Ascension. This is really good. You have to, I'll show you the fusion monster, but what you do is you can discard from hand to get the fusion summon, or you can banish the materials from grave or field to get the effect. 1 copy of Archives. This just lets you discard a Dark World card to gain the attack of another Dark World, and then if you do discard a Fiend that was listed as Dark World, you can discard 1 and draw 2. So 1 card of card destruction. You just need it. Great starter card, just great booster if your hand is really, really bad and bricky. I never had to use it, thankfully.
I like that it allows you to be able to see what your opponent's playing.
Right, exactly. And so usually if you know what they're playing too, you can make Abyss Dweller and then card destruction them, and then chain the Abyss Dweller, so then it protects it and then it just gets rid of everything. And then last 3 spells, 3 Allure of Darkness. Just
might as well. Everything's dark. So.
Everything's dark. Yep, exactly, and that's the whole point of it. So that's the main deck. Real quick into the extra. 2 copies of the new Fusion Boss Monster. This guy is insane. Only takes a Grapha to fuse and a Dark Monster. So it's really, really good. You can actually be a super poly target if you have Grapha on the field.
Alright.
But what it does is whenever an opponent activates a spell, trap, or a monster effect, or a normal spell or trap, you change its effect to your opponent discards 1 card. So because let's say they activate any monster, it changes that effect to your opponent. So it goes to you. So you discard a card. And what you can do then, if you have Silva or Ruli in hand, you just special, do the Silva play again, and rip them up for another 2. So you, on turn 1, you can either rip them for 6, or you can rip them for 4, and you can try to rip them for 6 again. So it gets a total of like 6 cards out of their hand.
All right.
Yeah. Going into the XCs, because that's the fusion part.
That's the only fusion you play?
That's the only fusion you play. Yeah, it's the best one. One thing of Coach King Giant Trainer. He's an amazing bird card, and he's so easy to make because you're playing a lot of level 8s. So what you do is you just detach, draw a card, and if it's a monster, you burn your opponent for 800. You can't conduct your battle phase during that turn, but mostly you're making that for turn 1. So it just gives you resources. 1 Hope Harbinger. So we're gonna go into the link a little bit, but this is just a good spell and trap negate. So I usually just save this for, that lets you just save the fusion for like evenly or something, because it really loses hard to evenly. And then your rank 4 2 blocks, you got Abyss Dweller, Babushka, and then at number 60 Dugaris. The draw 2 is the best part of this because you just draw and discard and then you get a free continuous thing. Made this today against Tier, so just switches everything to defense. And then Abyss Dweller is just the best level 4. Going into the Link 4s, Saruja Skuldred, Appaloosa, and then Mech Knight Avermax. This card is great. So IP, you can end on a board with an IP and a Link 2, and if you have Hope Harbinger, you just summon this, and then it makes it so you have to attack it. It's unaffected, you can't destroy it or anything. If they try to attack it, then you just chain in on Hope Harbinger, and then has to attack Hope Harbinger, but because you can't attack either one, it skips their battle phase, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why you play it. You can make, if you don't want to go into that play and you think you can actually beat over, because most of the time if you hand rip them, they have 2 cards, you can make Appaloosa for 4 negates, and then this just lets you continuously draw in case you can't get into the Giant Trainer. 1 Muck Cracker from the Underworld. I know I probably pronounced that wrong. An insane card. Discard a card, special summon a fiend. All your monsters are basically fiends. Discard a Dark World special or discard Danger special. It's locked into fiends for the rest of the turn, but Babushka is a fiend, so you can discard it, get a level 4 out. Worst case scenario, we end on a Babushka play. Akashic and Security Dragon. You need these for the hand loop play. So you get Ceruli, you just make a level 2. It has to be the same type, so they're all fiends. So you just do that, bounce it back to your hand, and you do the combo again. And then if you can make it again, Security Dragon, if it's co-linked, so you will put it like underneath the Akashic there, and then you just bounce it again. It targets 1 monster on the field. It doesn't have to point to anywhere. And last but not least, Cross Sheep. This is just for the fusion, obviously, just to get it out. And then IP Masquerena, and board of a combo there. So that's it for the extra. And then last but not least, real quick, the side, 3-dimension barrier. When I was playing Noah, I lost, but my end board was really nuts if it wasn't in time. I ended on Dimension Barrier, a 1 that can shuffle a card back, Fusion, Hope Harbinger, and then IP with the Mudkraken to make that IP. 1 Lightning Storm, just for spell and trap mainly, but to make sure just to pop if I need to get something extra there. 2 Twin, obviously for back row, you just want to make sure you get rid of it. It's really tough to beat over that. 1 Dark World Puppetry. This is DD Crow, or the Shizu's, but in spell, and you can search it, so you only need to play 1. 3 Forbidden Droplet, because Abyss Dweller really kills this deck, so you want to make sure you have it right away. 2 Ghost Sister for time, and then 3 Lava Golem for time as well, and plus you don't really normal summon at all, so you can really just special summon and go off with it.
Helps get rid of anything they build their board if they're going first.
Exactly, absolutely, and that's the deck. 40 cards total. There's some stuff I would definitely change in it, but
what are you gonna change?
Really, I want to get rid of the Tsuchinoko, get a Jackalope in there, cut down on the I would say the Brow, maybe play another Danger if I can. So maybe keep the Tsuchinoko in there, or maybe upgrade it to the Bigfoot just to get another level 8 in there. But yeah, and sometimes you don't even need the Allures, I would say, or even the the Card Destruction. They're just good to have, but it honestly just sometimes comes up, sometimes it doesn't. But I don't know, just a little bit of experimenting. But overall, it was really great. Just able to combo off for a time.
Alright, well thank you so much, Ethan, for bringing us your Dark World deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to stay tuned. Later on this week we'll have some live duels so you can see this deck in action. But that's all I've got for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is Nathan the Script Guy, signing off for now. Peace out.